Hello? Who is this? I live alone. No one's supposed to call from home. So leave. I'll call the police. My name is Claire. I'm 27, a freelance editor living in New York. I live alone. I used to rent an old 2-story house in Queens. A quiet, aging home that I took over from the previous owner, who had passed away 2 years earlier. The house was silent, still, and somewhat forgotten. And then, my phone vibrated violently. The name on the screen read, "Home." I stopped walking. My heart started pounding without warning, because home shouldn't be calling me. I'd been out since the afternoon. No one else lived in that house but me, and I didn't even have a landline. Home was just a name I assigned to my own number for when I used the app to remotely access my home security cameras via Wi-Fi. And yet, there it was, an incoming call from home. I hesitated. I didn't want to answer, but I did. I pressed accept. Hello? There was no reply at first, just something faint through the speaker. Breathing. Deep, slow, like someone standing very close to a microphone. "Who's in my house?" I asked, my voice trembling. No answer. Just the sound of footsteps. Someone walking slowly across old wooden floorboards. "I'm calling the police!" I shouted. And then the line went dead. I stood frozen. My heart was racing. I tried to collect myself, then bolted into the nearest coffee shop and called the police, telling them that I believed someone had broken into my home. They said they'd dispatch someone immediately. I didn't wait. I rushed home with my phone clenched tightly in my hand. No more calls. When I got there, all the lights were off. The front door was locked just like I left it. No signs of forced entry. Nothing out of place. I turned on the porch light. Everything looked normal. The police arrived about 30 minutes later. They checked the house. No signs of anyone. No tampered locks. Nothing unusual. Could be a signal spoofing app or just a prank by some hacker. And then they left. I tried to convince myself it was some fluke, a phone glitch, something rational. But deep down, I felt something was off. That night, I locked every door and window, drew the curtains shut, sat on the couch with all the lights on, staring at my phone. 2:13 a.m. My phone rang again. Caller, home. A cold chill spread through my body. My hands went numb, legs trembling. Something was very wrong. I picked up, hands shaking. This time, no footsteps, but a whisper. Faint, soft. "You're home already, dear?" The voice was that of an old woman, slow, dragging like someone who hadn't eaten in decades. "Who are you?" I whispered back. No reply. Just a light chuckle. Then a sound, like someone opening a door. I jumped up, grabbed my things, and ran upstairs, locked myself in the bedroom. From under the bed, I pulled out a second phone, one I kept hidden, and called the police again, telling them someone was inside my house this time. And then I heard footsteps climbing the stairs. And then they stopped right outside my bedroom door. Claire, open the door, sweetheart. Come home to Mama. That voice wasn't my mother's. My mother had died when I was 17. I pulled the blanket over my head, trembling. I didn't move a muscle. Eventually, the knocking stopped. The police arrived around 3 a.m. No one was there. The next day, I moved out, and I never went back. But even now, sometimes when I'm walking through the city or just sitting in my new apartment, my phone rings. Caller, home again. And when I'm brave enough to answer, I still hear a whisper. Claire, come home, sweetheart. Home is waiting. I moved to Manhattan after that, rented a small apartment on the 12th floor of a high-rise. I changed my phone number, my email, and disconnected all the old security systems that had once linked to the house. I told myself, this is a new life, a real new beginning. For the first few months, things were quiet. I went back to work, though I kept having nightmares about the whispering voice, about footsteps echoing through old hallways. I told myself it was trauma, stress. Until one night. Around 2 a.m., I woke up to the sound of a soft ding, like a notification. I reached for my phone. Nothing. No message. I was about to put it down when it vibrated again. An unknown number was calling. No name, just a +1 on the screen. I hesitated and answered. The voice on the other end made the blood freeze in my veins. You can't run, child! Mama's still waiting at home. I hung up immediately. Goosebumps rose all over my hands. My hands trembled so hard I almost dropped the phone. I shut the phone off for the night. Swore I'd never answer an unknown number again. But after that night, strange things started happening. The bathroom mirror would fog up in the mornings with handprints, even though I hadn't taken a shower. My computer would start playing old lullabies at 3 a.m., ones I'd never downloaded. And every morning, I'd find my apartment door slightly ajar, even though I always locked it from the inside. I stopped sleeping, dark circles under my eyes, my body breaking down. Then one night I heard a sound from the living room, like someone shuffling their feet across wood. I grabbed a flashlight, slowly opened my bedroom door. All the lights had gone out. They were on before I slept. And in the darkness, I saw a shadow, someone standing in the center of the room. I shined the flashlight. There was nothing. But on the wall, there was a shadowy handprint, large and withered, pressed against the mirror, and a message written from the inside. Come home. I couldn't take it anymore. I started digging into the history of that old house in Queens. I found the previous owner's name, traced it back, and I learned something no one ever told me. That house used to be a nursing home back in the 1940s. A woman named Marie Bell had run it. But the part no one wanted to talk about, she had killed the elderly residents by locking their rooms and starving them. She said, if you don't love the house, you don't deserve to live in it. When she was finally discovered, she set the house on fire and vanished. Owners who came after reported strange noises. Many died inside of uncertain causes. I believe it now. That old woman, Marie, never left. She was bound to the house, and she wouldn't let anyone escape it. Even when I moved out, she followed me. Not because she wanted to hurt me, but because She thought I was her child, that I belonged at home. And she's been waiting for me to return, to live with her forever. And I'm not sure how I survived this long. It's been 7 months since I left that house. 7 months of changing numbers, addresses, wiping apps, deleting all the old connections. Even opened a new bank account using a different middle name. Everything seemed quiet, but peace never really came. Because what followed me isn't just a ghost, not just late night calls or footsteps on the stairs. It's smarter. It adapts. It's inside my tech. It's with me everywhere. It started again last week. I received a package in the mail. No return address, no tracking number. Inside was an old ivory rotary phone, yellowed with age. There was a note. You forgot something important at home. I threw it straight into the trash. But that night, around 2 a.m., the sound echoed from the kitchen. I stopped breathing. The trash was in the kitchen. I crept out, flashlight in hand. The phone kept ringing, even though it wasn't plugged in. I didn't dare touch it. But as I stepped closer, it stopped on its own. And after that, every night I hear knocking under the apartment stairs. Claire, are you in there, darling? I know now. There's no running, and that house doesn't just want me inside it. It's reshaping me, turning me into something it wants. Last night, I passed by a mirror, and I saw my face, but it was hers. Wrinkled, dry eyes, and lips that whispered, "You're Mama's little girl, and Mama never left."